Locus ille, beatus quondum nunc diminuit.
Hello. How's it going? That seems good. How is it going? What is up? Welcome back. Let's do this. Just a little update. I ordered a Steam Deck today. It says 1 to 2 weeks to ship it, though, which, I mean, I guess that's not that shocking, but also, I mean, it's been out for a year, and Valve is not a small company, but whatever. Excuse me for just 1 second. Sorry about that. I've returned. I ordered micro SD for the deck, and it just came today. I ordered it last night. I got the Steam Deck, a controller, and I did not buy the Steam dock. I just got a dock on Amazon because people gave it really high praise, so. 256 gigs of SD, micro SD, which should be enough. Because I'm mostly going to be emulating on it. It's kind of the big plan for me. Emulating and streaming from my PC. Yep. That's what we want. What do we want? This? Is this his highlights? Yeah. We know what's up. That was not the color I wanted. And also, this keeps turning off transfer for some reason. Seems like a weird thing for it to do. That's not the eraser I want either. Okay. Let's get out of Elden Ring music, because it's kind of not the vibe, you know what I mean? There we go. Yeah. I kind of just bought the Steam Deck because I went down like a rabbit hole of emulation. Been playing a lot of my favorites from like GameCube, Wii, N64, stuff like that. I was like, okay. What's the best solution to get this to my TV? And it seems like the Steam Deck is kind of the best solution for it, to be honest, for like the price, for what you're getting. For the 64 gig model, at least. Oh wow. Okay. That extracted. That was already downloaded, so it's... I know I'm late on this piece for this client, but this client was a patron. I felt like they understood that like I had other stuff going on, but I'm finally getting around to it, and I think it's turning out really good, honestly. I think this mapping style is lending itself pretty well to the world. I have a whole document in front of me that's like a mood board for Wano, just to give me the atmosphere, you know what I mean? Really let me get the feeling of the world while I'm going. Open this up, make sure they sent me the right thing. 'Cause I actually don't know. Got a weird new smell. Yep. Oh, it comes with a little adapter too for regular SD. Interesting. But yeah, I got the extreme SanDisk, so it's like, it's pretty fast. It's like 190 megabytes per second. Not bad. Especially for something so small. Crazy how much storage we can put on micro SDs these days. Getting right into it. There's gonna be some sections that I kind of just wing when it comes to the landscape. But I think it's more of an aesthetic thing than it is like an accuracy thing. At least in my design philosophy for a world like this. Because a world like this doesn't have a lot of exact data to go off of. It's just mostly little sketches, page spreads that are from like a random spot in a comic. So that's where a lot of the information on the world comes from, at least when I'm doing my searching, because I don't really know much about One Piece, to be honest. But here we are. Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it turns out. I think this brush kind of just, it makes me want to do different lines than I would with like the pencil brush, which is why I end up with different results. So I think this piece is kind of the perfect example of like future pieces of mine, future maps of mine, where I think I'm going to do a pass of, you know, like this stuff where it's all lines. Just do a pencil pass that's like all lines and hatching and like little sketch marks, and then just go over it with the paint, with like the more soft opacity brush for the fact to get the desired effect. That's the way to go, because then I end up with like super cool stuff like this, which I'm happy with that. I think it's just different shapes make sense to me with different brushes. It's kind of weird. It's all about optimizing your workflow to work best to get like the best results. I think that's just one of those situations. Alright. So this is kind of interesting. I'm just gonna kind of do a soft set of lines for this. They're not mountains, they're hills, so I'm trying to show that in the shape. Even though it's kind of easy because I've distinguished mountains from hills already with the use of the other brush. There are mountains on there. There are more hills. Okay. It's the at the end of the day, it's going to be kind of an interesting perspective, but I'm not really worried about that, to be honest, because I think the level of detail kind of distracts the eye from it. How weird the perspective is. And I think there's a lot of forgiveness that comes from the viewer on maps like this, where it's like they can forgive a lot of perspective warping or a specific style. I'm okay with that. As long as the information is packaged in a nice looking manner, I'm okay with it. I think it looks good. If it looks good, I'm good. I don't want this to be less of a chain of mountains. It doesn't seem like it should be. I don't want to lessen this. See what we can do. Feel like there? I like that. Yeah, I like that. We'll still connect it, but it's going to have more of a valley that makes sense. I like that. I like when shapes make sense. Sometimes the shapes you're making out of the pan are just never making sense. And you just gotta put it down for a second, you know? Yesterday was kind of like that for me. None of the marks I was making just made any sense, you know what I mean? Didn't feel good, didn't feel right. Had to reset. It sucks in the moment because you're like, in the moment you're like, oh my god, I suck. What am I gonna do? I can't do it. Even though logically you should be like, no, I should just, take some time, reboot. An interesting angle. Spilled tea on my desk today, unfortunately. That sucked. Kind of a miracle that nothing broke, if I'm being completely honest. It was a bad spill. Like, my mouse pad is drying right now, but it's gonna take a while. Not super smooth from me. Really getting attached to drawing hills like that. I love the bubbly hills. I especially love drawing them as they slope down, and then as they get sharper, at steeper parts of it. It's just satisfying. I don't know, it's just a satisfying part of the process. There's always those shapes that you love to do, Your hand sort of naturally makes them over time, after you've been doing it for so long. Those are the lines you want to make. That part's looking good. Okay. This needs to extend out because it's 5 points. It needs 4 points. Alright. Guess that shit works. I think we're just gonna focus on, like, natural landscape today. Pretty much just knock out that part of the map. Because I think that the locations here, especially the one that I've already done, they're going to take a while. A lot of trial and error. I mean, maybe not. I am in a better mood today. So I might have some better ideas and better lines to put down today. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how much the landscaping takes out of me. It'll take some out of me at least. Not a whole lot of wind in my sails today. I didn't get much sleep, so we'll see. It should be fine. Not realistic, but I like it. It's fun. Most of the fun of doing this style is that it's close enough to realistic that you get sort of like that cool look of like, oh, you drew that and it looks almost real. But then it's also a map. I don't know, it's like a weird in between. It's kind of cool. Because you can have freedoms with it that you can't have if you're just doing landscape. Okay. Yeah, I think it's going a lot better than it was yesterday so far. Just from the small bit I've done so far. Hey, what's up? Gonna have anchovies on pizza for the first time. Hope it goes okay. Yeah, I mean, I hope it goes okay too. I mean, anchovies are fine. They're just salty. At least from what I can remember of them. Last time I had them, they were mostly just salty. They didn't have like the super fishy taste that I was afraid they were gonna have. Okay. This is weird. I don't like that. Right. You can deal with salty. Just never had them before. Yeah. Yeah, I get not. I get being a little bit, you know, cautious with foods you never tried before. They're good though. They're not like terrible. It's not like what's the stuff called from like Europe? Europeans have like pickled herring or whatever. It smells awful. Like fermented or something like that. Definitely not as bad as, or as extreme as that. I don't know about bad, I've never had it. I don't know. I guess I can do that. That's an opportunity to get some good safe language. Perspective of this one is not really going to make a whole lot of sense, like I said before, but that's okay. Enjoying them so far? I might ask for less next time. Okay. Like it's like it's a stamp of approval from you. Anchovies on pizza. I think I recently just saw that like this Italian place near me, this really good Italian place, is doing like alternative cheese on their pizzas now, like as an option. And I'm like, ooh, okay, that's pretty cool. So I might be able to do that for pizza, which I'm totally down with. Because it lets me eat pizza again. Flavor is good, just very strong. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. It definitely overpowers everything else. That's just the amount of salt that they put in it, though. Or maybe the salt is naturally in it? I don't know. I just know that it's very, very salty. I feel like that's a side effect of the canning process, though. That's usually what happens with canned goods, is like they're really salty. Like olives. Black olives get really, really salty in the can. But they're not really like that originally, I don't think. Or maybe they are, I don't know. I'm not an expert on canning fish. Or anything, really. Strong aftertaste. Okay. Is the strong aftertaste the same taste, or is it just something else? Just the anchovy flavor that lingers. Yeah, I think that honestly doing the pencil lines for like planning and stuff first, and then going into painting later with like the square brush is the best way to get the like this level of results. Because I'm liking where this is going. This is a really like good results in my opinion. Maybe that's just the timing in between, maybe? Because I did these lines a while ago, so maybe it's like a separating myself from the sketch over time until I do the rest of the painting. I don't know. Could be any number of factors. Okay. Dinner pizza for later. Nice. Anchovies or no anchovy? What's the decision after the initial tasting? Hmm. Hmm. Put me in semi full screen. It's kind of weird. Welcome back. How was the pizza ordering? What'd you get? You don't know it's for tonight? You don't know what you got? You do, you just don't know how good it will be. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just asking what you ordered. You just like trying new things right now? Is it? You said to hell with getting my usual. I'm just gonna try whatever I see on the menu first. Yeah, you're just trying new things. I mean, it's fun. Can't knock that. It's high stakes pizza. Russian roulette pizza. Never know what you're gonna get. Hello. Welcome back. How's it going? Going good? Cool. Okay here. Terrible. Running on a very low amount of sleep, but that's okay. Stay awake. I don't really want to go to sleep in the afternoon. That'd be bad. Gotta get work done anyway, so why not? Why not do it now? Sleep is for the weak. I'll be weak. Yeah. I'm fine with that. Weakness doesn't bother me if I get some sleep. I ordered a Steam Deck. That was earlier. I've been going down the emulation rabbit hole, kind of, you know, playing old GameCube games and Nintendo 64 games and stuff, having fun. I was like, Steam Deck's only like $3.99, and it's like the perfect handheld emulator. That sounds like fun. But yeah. Playing a little bit of Mario Kart Double Dash. Super Mario Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion, Pikmin 2, all my favorites. I loaded up Super Mario Galaxy as well, which apparently Wii games work really nice on PC emulators. So it required a bit of tweaking in the software to get the controller to do what I wanted it to do. But I got a new controller because my old Xbox 360 wired one is kind of beat up. One of the sticks is drifting, so it was time. You thought about getting a Steam Deck? Just can't justify it for yourself right now? Yeah. Wish you didn't buy a Switch. I relate to that a lot, actually. But then again, Zelda. Tears of the Kingdom's coming out, and I'm not gonna miss that. That game looks really fun. And the funny part is I might have to just do my Majora's Mask map regularly without like gameplay like I did for Elden Ring. I might have to just kind of skip that because Elden Ring's taking too long, so Tears of the Kingdom might actually come out before I'm done with it. So I don't have time. I might have to just build myself a mood board like I did for this and just, paint. Which will be fine. I mean, I've already got a lot of the thing done, the map done. It's just that, you know, the content revolves around the whole running around in game while I'm, you know, sketching. It helps me film stuff, post stuff. Without that, it's kind of, you know, you lose a lot. Shorts with just like time-lapse art don't do nearly as well. And part of that's because I think TikTok's algorithm has like a boost for things that have a face in them. I think that's always been the case. Like it really likes people in the shot. So maybe just a face cam while I paint might help. Whatever. But yeah, I can play Majora's Mask on my own now because I've never played it before because I never had a N64. My first Zelda game was Wind Waker. And then I went back and played Link to the Past and that stuff, but I never played the Nintendo 64 ones because there was just never a way to. You know, I never had the console or a 3DS because they did come out on 3DS, but I did not have one of those either. Never played Majora's Mask either. You played Ocarina of Time? Okay. I never played that one either. Did not play either of the Nintendo 64 Zeldas. No, I was Wind Waker, Twilight Princess. Which are still some of my favorite games, period, ever, so. You know. Link to the Past was your first? Okay. It's a good game. That one was really fun. I love traditional Zelda. I love like the top-down RPG. One of my favorite recent releases was the remake of Link's Awakening. Because I never played the original of that. I only played Link to the Past. So I was able to play a new version of it. I mean, I don't miss like the technology of it, but I do love the style of the game. Like Link's Awakening, the new one, is so fun, just because it's like a revisiting of like that style of RPG with like a new look. I love it because it's the same style of gameplay. It's, you know, top-down puzzle solving and like pretty intuitive combat too, and like satisfying combat for a top-down. It's not like an action RPG or anything. It's not like a Diablo, but it's, you know, it has that sort of satisfying thing where it's like you figure something out, you know. Yeah, no, there's a lot of Zelda games. Like I know that people have played all of them, like some people, but for the most part, people are probably in the same boat where they've played. There are more that they haven't played than they have. I mean, the whole thing got so big that they lost track of the storyline. Although the rumor is that they're combining a whole bunch of the story arcs in Tears of the Kingdom. The fact he has essentially a cell phone bugs you. I'm okay with it because, like, I think the story writing around it was a little weak, I guess. I don't know. But then again, I don't expect, like, fantastic story from Zelda. I don't know if that's just me. Like, I never expect fantastic story from Nintendo. But fun gameplay, yeah. That's a necessity. And I mean, they had to explain, or not explain, but they had to, like, incorporate newer features somehow, I think. And they wanted it in the story. So, like, fast travel. And all of the Switch features as well. Because they did the same thing with the Wii U. Like, they incorporated the gamepad into a lot of the game design, like the art design and stuff. It was like a huge thing when the Wii U came out. I remember Pikmin 3 had, like, all their devices were like Wii U gamepads. Yeah. But yeah, it's not... It is just like the slightest deviation from traditional fantasy. Yeah, him having a cell phone. Him having the Sheikah slate. I think the thing that irked me the most was that it was the same story. I don't know. Maybe that's the way that, I mean, obviously it's the way that they want it to go, but, like, Zelda's always the same story. You don't know what you want from a game. You let me know when you find it. Same. I definitely attribute things to games where I'm like, oh, like that haven't come out yet. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be the one. In recent years, I've stopped doing that, though. When is Ganon gonna stay dead? I don't know, man. He just keeps coming back, man. Somebody gotta hit him with the, you know, burn his body or something, I don't know. Salt and burn his body. Make sure he stays dead. But, like, recently, for games that are coming out, like Starfield, right, from Bethesda. I'm a huge Bethesda fan, like huge Elder Scrolls fan. And personally, I'm like kind of not all that excited about Starfield. Because everything I've seen about it, like there's a lot of stuff that like potentially you could get really hyped for, but there's so much to the game that I'm like, it's just gonna become a grind fest and like it looks boring. It looks like a graphics benchmark. It looks like it looks like a game that they made just to see if they could like do it on modern hardware. Which in the past those have been kind of cool. From like companies like Valve, Half-Life and stuff like that, but this, I don't know. Haven't looked into Starfield at all. It's more like Fallout, obviously, because it's a first-person shooter. But it's basically Fallout, but like futuristic space exploration. Well, I think you would prefer Oblivion over Skyrim for sure, because Oblivion is basically just like classic D&D fantasy. Super original classic fantasy. Yeah, a lot of people say Morrowind is the best, but Morrowind is like it's good, but and for people who played it when it came out, I understand why they think it's the best, because it was the best thing out at that point, for sure. The game was so rich with content. But like when you're like me and I started with Skyrim, going back to Morrowind is like, you've really got to want it. You know what I mean? You got to be in the mood to like immerse yourself in that universe to really get into Morrowind. Because it's not as natural of an experience anymore. Which is not its fault, obviously. But you've never played it? Well, I mean, it's basically Oblivion with no voice acting. Oh yeah, it's like Oblivion with no voice acting and no hand-holding whatsoever. I've played it a lot. It's not for everybody, you know what I mean? It's like very much for those people who want that hardcore RPG experience. Getting thrown into a world where like the things that you need to go and get exist, but you need to go find them on your own. Graphics department seem hard for your eyes. Yeah. It's old. Came out in 2002. Back when we had dedicated add-in cards for physics. For the physics engine, because the CPUs were too slow to handle it. And only like super high-end gaming computers had like graphics cards back then. Challenge of finding things sounds fun. Yeah, the frustration of the game, in my opinion, shouldn't come from just like not being able to find something. I'm not a realist when it comes to like, or I'm not realist, but like I'm not somebody who wants realism, hyper realism in my video games because they're video games, not the purpose of them. If I wanted to face like the reality and the hardship of like how things actually are, I would just go outside. Leave the past. How people made it through that game. Had to use a guide. Yeah, no. I understand that. Especially for Zelda games. I always need a guide. When you don't know where to go, I'm somebody like. Plus, the reason why is because like I have terrible memory. My memory is like really bad. Oh, okay. I will be here. Welcome back. We're going to take a brief break from that piece just to do a little sketch. Something else. Ugh. You sort of miss the days of buying the game guide? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, those days were kind of... I mean, the game guides were super cool, because that's where, like, a lot of the... It always felt like you were, like, discovering hidden treasure every time you found, like, a new place to go. You think you miss being a child? Yeah, that's kind of all of us, honestly. I remember always like I would at the store I would always want the Pokemon game guides because Pokemon was like the game I was always playing, and I loved finding like the secret areas. Never really bothered me that I was using a guide. I never felt like I was like cheating or anything like that. I was just excited to find the new stuff. Magic of games was more real. Too critical now. Yeah, I think that's a commonality. Very much all about criticism and being. I think the problem, which I mean, it's not an easy problem to solve, but it's like all of gaming has kind of become making sure that you get your $60 worth. You know, we watch 1,000,000,001 YouTube videos. We look at like the IGN rating or whatever, like, you know, all the stuff that about it, and then we feel like shit when the game's $15 on Steam in 3 years. You know, we live in a world where like a YouTube channel with a series of videos called Before You Buy they get like 5 million views a fucking video, because it's not a guarantee that you're going to get a good experience from playing a game, but it is a guarantee you're going to pay full price. Game guides were a cool way to get a feel for a game before buying. Yeah, no, I know. It's super cool. Like game guides, I didn't have any problem with game guides, and that was definitely the way that like a lot of people. Yeah, you could get like a consumer report basically, or like a little bit of like a taste of what the product is. But now it's like, I don't know, it's hard. Yeah, we may or may not finish said game is a big one. The game prices, and they're going up too, because they're going up to $70 now. That's like a standard. Diablo 4 was $70. Did the thing again. Why is it doing that thing? Yeah. No, it's a lot of money. So I'm gonna have a section of the book. I'm trying to do like a little bit more today than just working on the commission. So I'm just gonna do like some asset sketches for a minute. Better than microtransactions? Oh no. You don't even know. Blizzard's way ahead of you. Blizzard has $70 games plus the microtransactions, plus the battle pass, plus they're still charging $15 a month for WoW. Yeah. I should get into game programming. I am. That's basically what I'm trying to do. I mean, I'm trying to become the whole show a little bit. And the easiest way to do that for me right now is to start with my art, getting into RPGs. But we'll see. Yeah, maybe we'll just do like wildlife. I think it's wild. Alrighty. Welcome back. My Star Trek fan? Yeah. Not so much a Next Generation fan, but I like the original series, and I like some of the newer stuff, too. Not my favorite sci-fi. Next Gen is the best? Ugh. No. You're Next Gen fan, okay. I don't mind Picard. I don't like Riker, and I don't like the... I definitely don't like Wesley. Those... I don't know, I just... Next Generation just was like a lot of the things that I don't like about sci-fi put into one show. It's not terrible. Let me say that. Like, it's not the worst show ever. It's just not my favorite Star Trek. But I'm allowed to have it. You know what? I am allowed to have my wrong viewpoint. You're not wrong. No one can take it away from me. Season 2 you were told you didn't need to watch. That's weird. Interesting. And Season 3 was amazing. Okay. Whatever you say. Oh. If Wesley makes an appearance in Season 2, you definitely didn't need to watch it. Because you already know what happens. It's the classic Wesley formula. The crew runs into an insurmountable problem that, like, all of the resources of human and other alien kind that have been, like, pooled into making this starship, this intergalactic starship, can't solve. But Wesley's science project from Third Hour is the thing that, solves the problem. God, I hated that. In 3, they pulled hard on nostalgia, but they did it right. Okay. You don't have a YouTube channel, so your opinion means nothing. Welcome to 2023. Not everyone's opinion is equal. Well, I'm glad it was good. I mean, it's weird. I do like Picard a lot, like as a character. And I think he's a lot better than Kirk, obviously. Because Kirk is, Kirk is a product of the 60s. 60s television. It's just, he was the guy who, he was the dude. But a lot of other things in that show I was just not a fan of. A lot of the structure of the show, the way that the plot lines unfolded, kind of just... It got predictable super fast, a lot quicker than other shows that I've watched, and I just lost interest. I don't know. Which, I mean, I don't know. Will I watch it, or you can spoil it? I don't care. I'm not like that big of a fan. I might watch it in the future, but I don't really care. They ran into a similar problem that Star Wars did. They built a bigger Death Star and brought Palpatine back. Really? The enemy was the Borg and all they did was build another bigger cube? Really? They couldn't have made it interesting? They did? Okay. See, now, from what you already know what I like think of the show. So obviously I didn't finish the show. The original, like the Next Generation series. So, like, the one good aspect of the show, from my perspective, was always Q. The Borg Queen successfully assimilates Starfleet? What? Really? Okay. Is it just a GG? No re? Picard was assimilated. I think I remember something about that. This is too hard to type. Okay. Is it that bad? Like, what happened? Too much. Okay. Remember to Picard had a rare disease and basically died, but created a new synth body for him. He dies after being assimilated. Okay. Wait, they clone him? Then the other one dies conveniently to avoid the natural dilemma with cloning. Who's the original? Federation mostly defeated the board. One queen remains in hiding and is slowly dying in her trials. The board queen. Okay, I get it. While the technology was present in all people, it only affected those 25 and younger. Is that like some sort of extinction plan? Is that what's going on? Something to do with their brains still growing, developing. Mature adults weren't affected currently. Old crew weren't affected. This is just a piece of the iceberg. Alright. I mean, cool. I think the board was probably one of their best, like one of their most popular story decisions throughout the show, probably. So that makes sense. Star Trek Legacy, Q makes an appearance. Okay. So they never resolved Q in the original, like, Next Generation series? That sucks. Kinda glad I never continued, to be honest. I hate learning that, like, when series go on, they just don't answer any questions. Like, how many seasons of the X-Files did we get without ever getting any answers whatsoever? What did I want resolved? You and Picard to finish up their story. But Q and the Q are basically God in the next gen. Yeah. I get it. But also... Nah. Yeah. I don't know. That was like the most compelling part of the next gen. It to me was Q and the like the judgment of the Federation and how not advanced they actually were and all that. Oh, I know that Q showed up multiple times in next gen, but there's like there's a resolve. You're saying there's like a resolution that actually happens. Okay. I might go back and watch next gen. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't need labels. You know what I'm doing. Also didn't need to select that there. I guess it continues. That makes sense. I mean, they're kind of leaning heavily into the new Star Trek stuff. I mean, that actor's still around. He was in. Well, that was at this point a long time ago, but he was in Stargate. I think it was SG-1. Not trying to sell me on it. No, it's fine. It's not that bad. It's just not my favorite Star Trek. I might go back and watch. I'm not sure. I got tons of stuff I keep saying that I'm gonna go watch, but I just have not. Been reading a lot. Well, a lot more than I used to, which was like not at all, so I don't know about a lot, but I've been reading. A copy of your book when it comes out. Sure thing. When's it coming out? You know, eventually. Yeah? You let me know. Alright, so we got some wolves down. Those are obviously hanging around in the forests near Fiblar. Kind of hanging out. What else we got? Oh, thanks. I mean, I used... basically, I was looking at references while I was doing it, but... I've been getting better. Better at my sketching, like getting information from just looking rather than like tracing. Because I learned that real quickly that like tracing doesn't actually teach you anything. You think you're learning until you're like, no, actually, if you try and free draw this, you didn't learn anything. There's no progress there. It's all about just slowly trucking through like free drawing and just, you know. Sitting in the deep end. So I want what other creatures we want to do? Bears. Oh, right. Okay. What's a good pose for a bear? That's not bad. Kind of an open stance. Ooh. Actually, that's a good one. Standing up is kind of the coolest one. Bears are terrifying. They're just the scariest things. How fantastical am I gonna get? Owlbears, displacer beasts. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get crazy with it. But for now, I'm doing base stuff because like a lot of what I'm doing right now is like establishing content. So I'm doing like my first module, right? First DM handbook for like the shelf, for the wizard shelf. It's gonna be like super basic information, encyclopedia stuff, and it's a big chance for me to show the style, show my art style. So definitely have some kind of flying creature that would nest in the cliffs. Oh, tons of them. That's part of the lore actually. Is like there's this big old storm like all throughout here that like keeps the airships from getting up top. That's why you have to, you know, go up the staircase. There's actually a roost for one of the beasts. We'll be drawing those. I just want to get my basic, you know, because like, you know how like I want to do it progression in a game, right? I want to show the progression of like the characters through like, because you know how in RPGs you don't start fighting the dragons, you start fighting the wolves and the bears and the, you know, the wild boars and the wildlife essentially, and like bandits that are hiding out in the nearby hills, stuff like that. All right. Oh. Nope, not texture, transfer. Not blue. Yeah. So I just want to start with like the basics, get a good base down, and then kind of go from there. Plus, I can, use this information later on when I do, like, owl bears and stuff. Other kinds of bears, other kinds of, like, large beasts that are in the forests. But, I haven't done much of any sort of, like, concept art yet, so I'm just trying to get some of that done. Because games gotta get made. I want to have a shot at actually becoming a game designer. Gotta get going on this. How much wildlife do you think can be sustained up on the shelf? How much wildlife sustained? Quite a bit, because there's going to be a lot of deer and small rodents. Then if you want to get down to the basics, sunlight for plants. Very good. Yeah, no, I think the whole thing would probably boil down to a very simple, more temperate climate with, like, the natural sort of food cycle or food pyramid. You know what I mean? What's the fucking term? Food chain. There we go. Basic science terms, like sometimes just can't think of them. You get stuck on realism, you know how large the shelf is, but I literally have nowhere to escape. Well, deer don't really act as a massive group. There are small islands in Canada, for example, where if you introduce 1 or 2 deer, well, at least 2, but like a small number of deer, under 10, in a couple of years, you'll have an overpopulation of them on the island because of the food chain issues. It's a very delicate balance, and it exists on a micro level. So, but the important thing is there's a lot of freedom with it because it's delicate, but it will correct itself. Like there's the exact state of things is very delicate, but nature is just the correction. So it will always correct itself and become a new regular, like a new norm. But you know, it's I don't think the deer would need somewhere to escape because it's their habitat as well. And just because it's their habitat doesn't mean they need to survive. It means that they're part of the system. They're part of the, they're part of the system in that they are the food for the larger animals, the predators. I'm not going to say the physics of what I'm making make any sense, but I think that there are aspects of like earth science that are pretty universal and exist in all fantasy, at least the fantasies that take themselves seriously. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't thought about it much, so you're not wrong. But also, I kind of knew I didn't really need to yet. But it is good to think about right now when I'm doing concept art. Oh no, I've got no problem with what you're doing. Not at all. It's a discussion. You're helping me out. I always love having people here to talk about it with, because like it's important. A lot of important aspects to the whole thing. Plus, I mean, knowing how the ecosystem works in the environment can also help me with like story writing in the future. Because, let's say the characters need to solve a problem. Well, what would that problem be? What's out of the norm for the the people or the environment here? There's a lot of stuff you gotta know. No deer would be no predators unless the creatures can descend the mountain or fly. But the wizards have killed off all the animals. Well, no. Because the animals can be useful. I'm sure that the wizards could be like, they could make use of well, predators and beasts and whatnot. Especially because like part of the history of this place is that like the land has been constantly fought over between the different mages that or wizards that live here. and so all the creatures on the shelf have become kind of like pawns in a never-ending magical war. So they serve a lot of like strategic purposes. Whew. Man, I'm tired. I think we're building up the style, though. A little bit of asset rendering and a little bit of color work. These could look good. And then we could do a couple birds, some fish, maybe like a couple lake monsters, some air, some sky beasts. Obviously, we got to do some deer. I think basically this portion is going to be deer of this page, and then I might do like a couple birds, do some bugs. I don't want to do giant spiders; it's a little too Tolkien. Want to deviate from that just a little bit, but I can do other bugs. Giant dung beetles would be kind of funny. Giant spiders are really cool, but, you know, Tolkien definitely cornered the market on them, yeah. I like the idea of doing some lake monsters in my lake. Not just like giant fish either. I've always liked salamanders. Salamanders are a cool design. I could probably like play off of that a little bit. There's a lot of From Software designs I like. I like their idea of a basilisk. It's kind of an amphibian take on it. We'll see. This was a good exploration, though. Anyway, that's about 3.5 hours of streaming. I think I'm fried, to be honest. I feel good about this, though. I've started using this new system for taking notes called Milanote, Mila Note. And I like it a lot. It has a bunch of like templates and stuff for different styles of like what you might need, like mood boards, storyboarding, project planning, all that kind of stuff. So I've been using that to compile all of my artwork and like what it's gonna be in like a print sort of fashion. So I'm doing a lot of planning, which means I'm gonna have a lot of like I'm gonna have a lot of concept art to do, along with the writing and the planning. So, you had to bounce at the top of the hour. Well, it's actually not bad then. But yeah, I think this style could turn into something pretty good. kind of Paizo-esque. Somewhere between... It's kind of like storybook. Between cartoon and storybook is kind of where I want to go. So I'll do some more designs, and then I'll have some like rendering streams probably, where I'll just be like painting, designing, all that sort of stuff. Doing some final pages, and then so I'll do a lot of the more rough stuff, the stuff like the gameplay design off stream, and prepare it, and then like kind of show it while I'm talking about the writing. You like my style? Cool. Thank you. That's good. I'm still developing it, so it's coming together though. I mean, like I could not have conceived of doing this even in a day, like this kind of drawing, like a year ago. No way. Then again, if I had been working harder a year ago, probably. But it all comes with the territory. It all comes with work. I gotta do more, and I will. I mean, I've been more consistent on streams lately, so that's something. I've gotten a lot more artwork done this year than I did last year already. So let's see what I can do. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out again. I'll be back. When does the schedule say? Schedule says tomorrow long stream. So Friday long stream. If I get a lot of sleep. Yeah, I've been pretty good. It helps that I've been announcing my schedule on like the Sunday before the week starts, because it kind of locks me into a bit of a thing. Yep, you take care too. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow. I'll be streaming tomorrow. Probably Elden Ring, so gotta finish that. Well, good luck with what you gotta do at the top of the hour, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace out.